Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Gippsland Performing Arts Centre. My name's Kelly O'Callaghan. I'm the Mayor of Latrobe City. It's a great pleasure to have you with us tonight. Thank you for your patience. We were just making sure that all of our guests and visitors were here with us before we got underway. Didn't want anyone to miss out. We know that for many of you, it's been quite a wait with COVID and online citizenships and those sorts of things. Some of you made the choice to wait till you could gather again with us in person, and we really wanted to make that opportunity available to you. So thank you so much for your patience. Before we do get underway, I would like to acknowledge that we are meeting here today on the traditional lands of the Brackalung people of the Gunai-Kurnai Nation, and I pay my respects to the elders past and present, and I would also like to acknowledge those elders present with us today. It is my very great pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all of you to our Australian citizenship ceremony this evening. I would like to acknowledge our special guests who are joining us, my colleague Deputy Mayor, Councillor Dan Clancy, Councillor Tracy Lund is joining us, and also the Member for Morwell, Honourable Russell North MP. Many of you will know Russell, and he'll speak to us very shortly as well. We are also joined by our Latrobe City Council CEO, Steve Piacenti, and by all means take the opportunity to catch up with Steve when we're out in the foyer enjoying refreshments later on today. But these events are not possible at all without the support of our team, and I thank Rakina Aquilina, who leads the way in relation to this, and also Cara is also picking up the opportunity to be learning more about our citizenship. I thank her and also Vanessa for the work they're doing. You will see Jordan's here with us today. He's going to be taking some photos as we wander through. It's very discreet. The phone just goes click, click, click all the time. Just ignore it, pretend it's not there. We do want to make sure that you have as many photos and memories that you can take away from tonight as possible. Jordan will take photos as we do the ceremony here on the stage. When we've finished though, once you head out to the foyer and enjoy some refreshments, up on the balcony upstairs, our staff will approach each of you in the smaller family groups and give you the opportunity to come up and actually have group photos with your family, portrait photos, those kinds of things. And then we will bring them out to you at a later date. We'll send you out the link to the gallery so you'll be able to share those with your family and friends as well. But you will see Jordan today, so give him a big smile if he's anywhere near you, because he's likely to be taking your photo. We do also hope that one of our colleagues, Councillor Darren Howe, may be able to join us later in the evening, but he did have some other commitments earlier this evening and he'll be with us as soon as he possibly can. For those of you who have small children with you this evening, I just wanted to let you know this is an event that has a level of formality, but I don't want you to feel in any way constrained by that. Please feel free to let the children be comfortable, to wander around, to enjoy the surrounds and enjoy the space that we have here tonight. So please don't in any way feel pressured by the nature of the environment we find ourselves in. I would now like to read the citizenship message from the Honourable Andrew Giles MP, the Minister for Immigration, Citizenship and Multicultural Affairs. Thank you for deciding to become an Australian citizen. Today you join a nation that is one of the world's most successful multicultural societies, with around half of all Australians either born overseas or at least one parent born overseas. In Australia, everyone can be proud of who they are, and everyone should be respected, valued, and feel a sense of belonging. We are privileged to share this beautiful country with the world's oldest continuing culture. This is a fundamental part of who we are. For more than 60,000 years, First Nations peoples have cared for the country, appreciating and understanding its truth, and it's a vital part of what it means to be Australian. Australians are united by our shared commitment to democracy and the rule of law, and to freedom of speech, religion, and association. Our diversity is our greatest strength, and we prosper by embracing this. We believe in a society in which everyone is equal regardless of their gender, faith, sexual orientation, age, ability, race, national or ethnic origin. Ours is the land of a fair go, in which respect and compassion underpin our care for each other and our willingness to reach out to those around us in times of need. By becoming an Australian citizen, you make a commitment to these values and to contribute to our evolving Australian story. On behalf of the Australian Government, heartfelt congratulations on becoming an Australian citizen. Andrew Giles, MP. And then it is our absolute pleasure to be able to hear from our local MP, Russell North, who will offer you a few words of congratulations and encouragement this evening. Thanks for being with us, Russell.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And can I firstly acknowledge the traditional owners of the land in which we meet this evening and pay my respects to Elders past and present. To you, Mayor, Deputy Mayor Dan, who's gone backstage, to Councillor Lund and Councillor Howe, to our newest citizens, soon to be, and your families and friends and local members from our community, thank you for coming along this evening for this very special occasion. It's always fabulous to come to these events because from those of us who have lived here all of our lives or most of our lives, it's a proud occasion where we can have new citizens come into our community, notwithstanding some may have been here for long periods of times and many decades and are becoming citizens now, or some who might not have been here that long. But what I can say from my perspective is that I'm very boring. I was born in Traralgon, I'm still in Traralgon, and I really do admire the courage and conviction of people coming to this community from their own homeland, knowing the challenges and barriers that can accompany them through that monumental decision. And whether it be coming to a community and contend with barriers such as language, employment, housing, social, all those things can be red flags for people. But you, who are here this evening, have had the courage and your family to come to our country, to this great community, and we say thank you. We embrace you for being part of our community, because from my perspective, as a boring local all of my life, I really do respect the monumental decision that you've come from your own homeland to come to our community, and it's our duty and respect for you that we appreciate you doing that. So one only has to look at the Immigration Wall and Museum at Curnow Hall to understand that thousands and thousands of migrants have made Latrobe Valley and Gippsland home over the decades, and the contributions that they have made to business, to government, to community, to sport and recreation, and everything else that makes our community tick, including volunteerism, is absolutely profound. We have a proud history. You guys becoming new citizens tonight are creating a new history for our community, and it's my pleasure to be here tonight with other elected representatives to support you and welcome you, and I hope you have a fabulous evening.
Russell, thank you, and it's always a pleasure to have you here with us to share in this celebration, but also offer your congratulations to our community as well. So thank you for your ongoing support for our citizenship ceremonies and the work you do in community. I would now like to read the preamble to the Australian Citizenship Act, and it reads as follows. Australian citizenship represents full and formal membership of the community of the Commonwealth of Australia, and Australian citizenship is a common bond involving reciprocal rights and obligations, uniting all Australians while respecting their diversity. Persons on whom Australian citizenship is conferred enjoy these rights and undertake to accept these obligations by pledging loyalty to Australia and its people, by sharing their democratic beliefs, by respecting their rights and liberties, and by upholding and obeying the laws of Australia. We now move on to the Australian Citizenship Pledge. We will bring together our newest citizens in groups as they come forward. Some will take an oath, others an affirmation. We'll move through each of those groups up here on stage, and then my colleagues and our special guests will pass out a gift from us together with certificates for each of the conferees here with us this evening. As I mentioned earlier, Jordan will take photos of the group, and it's a process as we go through this, so you don't need to worry about that, but we will also afford you a formal opportunity with a lovely backdrop that we've set up on the balcony out in the other area as well. So we will also organise that for you. We do have 5 groups that we will work through this evening, and Cara and our team will organise them now. So if we could now have Group 1 join us on stage, please. Welcome, everyone. Good to have you all here with us. You each have the card that I will read from. We will each start, and I will say I, and then you state your name. So you'd say I, your name. Then I will read through line by line the pledge, and if you can just repeat each line after me till we make our way through to its conclusion. And if anyone needs to take a break at any point or you would like to revisit it, please let me know. So we will get started. So I and your name. From this time forward under God, I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect, and whose laws I will uphold and obey. Please join me in congratulating our newest citizens. And my guests will now present to you a small token of our appreciation and your certificates. Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much, everyone. Please, another round of applause. If you would like to take your seats, and we will celebrate with you further as we continue into the evening. We'll now move on to Group 2, who are also taking the oath, and if they could come up onto the stage, please. Welcome, everyone. So as per our first group, we'll work through the same way. We'll start with I and your name, and then we'll go through line by line. And let me know if any of you would like me to either repeat anything or give you the opportunity to work through the pledge once again. So I and your name. From this time forward under God, I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect, and whose laws I will uphold and obey. Congratulations. Please welcome our newest citizens. Just had two councillors say we haven't got our glasses on. We're going to have to make that print a little bit bigger next time, I think. I think so. All right, we're going to shimmy in a little bit, and people at this end can just come out slightly on an angle. That will help Jordan to take the photo. Please congratulate our newest citizens. Thank you. Please take your seats. And we now have our third group of citizens join us on stage. Welcome, everyone. Good to have you here with us to take the Pledge of Australian Citizenship. So as we did with the previous groups, we'll state I and your name, and then we'll make our way through the pledge. Okay. So, I and your name, from this time forward under God, I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect and whose laws I will uphold and obey. Congratulations, everyone. Please give our citizens a round of applause. Congratulations. You don't need to, yeah. A lot of people looking at you all at once, isn't there? It's all fine. Okay, we'll get our gifts and certificates. Uh-oh. Anything could happen now. We're out of order. Okay, so we'll just get Jordan to grab a photo. If everyone at this end could just slightly pop out a little bit there, we'll just help with the photo. There we go. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you. And our next group to come forward, it's group 4, who are also taking the oath. And we're just having that conversation. It's not till you get up here and you look at me and think, oh, that's a lot. And everyone's looking at you all of a sudden. It feels very different down there. Welcome, everyone. Good to have you with us. We will work through the Australian Citizenship Pledge as we have with the other groups, and we'll start off with I and then your name, and then we'll work through line by line. And if you could repeat each line after me, that would be great. Let me know if you need a hand with anything. So I and your name, from this time forward under God, I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect and whose laws I will uphold and obey. Congratulations. And now to our fifth group tonight for our citizenship pledge, and this will be the affirmation. If we could have our conferees join us on the stage. And then there's going to be a bit of pressure because I've got more guests than I've got gifts, so... Oh, there you go. They've already negotiated who gets to give out the gifts. Thank you so much for joining me on stage. So this is the Australian Citizenship Pledge in the form of an affirmation. As we did previously, I'll say I, and then you'll state your name, and then we'll move through line by line. It is slightly different, but you have your pledge card in front of you. Please let me know if there's anything you require assistance with. So I'll start with I and your name. From this time forward, I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect and whose laws I will uphold and obey. Congratulations, welcome our newest citizens. Just grab a photo. Got everybody? Please congratulate our newest citizens. If you would like to take a seat in the audience, that would be great. And as with all of these things, there are a few things that we add in that aren't in the rule book, that aren't necessarily part of the tradition. But if I could call on Russell North to add a special element to it.
Do we know what we do first?
Do you want to do yours first, or?
Oh, it's up to you.
You can do yours first, and then we'll do that.
Rightio.
You got a mic there for you.
Centre stage. Okay, thank you. This is not the normal part of formal proceedings. It's something we like to do just to ensure that our newest citizens, congratulations to, and your families become true Aussies tonight. Some of you would follow Australian rules football, so we're all going to sing "Away from Tigerland." No, we're not. No, I'm not allowed to do that apparently. For those who know, we're from Tigerland. But anyway, if you don't have a football side, Richmond's pretty good, so follow them. But what we try and do and get some audience participation is that when I say Aussie, everybody in a loud voice after me is going to say Aussie. Then I'm going to say Aussie again, and then you're going to say very loudly, Aussie, and then I'm going to say Aussie again, and you'll say, I'll say Aussie, 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 and you'll say oi, oi, oi. And then you become a truly Australian citizen. All right? So we're ready to go? In your loudest possible voice in this great new venue. Aussie! Aussie! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Yes, congratulations, well done.
Over there, yeah. So now it's officially official. All the stuff I do is pretend. That's the official bit. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you all to give our newest citizens a very warm welcome as full members of our Australian community. It is my great pleasure and privilege to welcome today our newest Australian citizens and congratulate you on your decision to become an Australian citizen. Choosing to become a citizen is a very significant expression of your pride in being part of Australia's dynamic and diverse society. You have made a pledge of commitment to Australia and its people and have been provided with a memento card to mark the occasion of this commitment. Australian citizens value many basic rights, including equality of treatment, equality under the law, democracy and equal opportunity for all. Our culturally diverse society is founded on a fair go for all Australians. Now that you are Australian citizens, you enjoy specific privileges and responsibilities, such as the right to vote, to help elect Australia's governments, and to access an Australian passport. For each of you who made a pledge today, your Australian citizenship is a symbol of your commitment to Australia and your formal membership of the Australian community. In taking on the commitment, you assume a new responsibility. In making the pledge, you became Australian citizens. Finally, I congratulate all conferees for the commitment you have made today to being part of Australia's future. Congratulations to you all. Will you all now join me by, well, I'm already standing, but if you'd like to stand, you may. If you need to be seated, please stay in that space as well. For the first verse of the National Anthem Advance Australia Fair.